The New York Times did a fake story today, big front page, that JD wasn't sure if he wanted my support. JD is kissing my ass. He wants my support. I'm 18 points up. If I was 18 points down, he wouldn't want my support.
Donald Trump humiliating the same guy he was campaigning for this very weekend in Ohio. J.D. Vance's Senate opponent, Tim Ryan, has a similar take in this new political ad. Take a listen.
Let's check the stats on politician JD.
Now he suddenly loves Trump and grew a beard.
That's not fooling this crowd.
The latest polls give Vance a slight lead, not far from the margin of error. So let's bring in the guy who is trying to change that and welcome Ohio Congressman Tim Ryan in his first TV interview since Saturday's Vance rally. Congressman, that rally took place almost literally in your backyard. You want to respond?
Yeah, well, he's been humiliated. I think Ohio does not want an ass kisser. Ohioans want an ass kicker. And J.D. Vance sucked up to Peter Thiel. He got $15 million for his primary campaign, sucked up to Mitch McConnell, got $30 million, sucked up to Trump. He came in for the event, sucked up to DeSantis. He came in. He's looking for rescue squad, and it's not going to be enough to save him in Ohio because Ohio wants a fighter.
That rally took place at the exact same time as the OSU Toledo football game. I realize that's not your political strategy, but could you help us understand, how does Ohio take that? What's a big priority from people from the Buckeye State?
There's cues that happen during an election that send a signal, and this just sent a signal that everybody already thinks, and that's J.D. Vance does not understand Ohio. He said, I'm not comfortable in Ohio. He would rather be in San Francisco, where he spent a lot of time. And that's a cue for everybody, like, to book a major public rally at the same time as an Ohio State football game just shows you don't understand. So we're working hard, Steph. We're trying to get as much support as we can. We're asking people to go to timfuroh.com to help us out. We got low-dollar donors. We don't have those big donors that he has. But he doesn't get the state, just doesn't understand.
You get the state. You're currently a lawmaker there. And there are a lot of people in Ohio who aren't happy. They're struggling. I know today you visited a Head Start program in Cleveland. What are parents in your home state telling you they need? What do they want right now?
Well, they're hurting with inflation. They're hurting with the cost of food and gas. You could be a home health care worker. You could be a construction worker. You're getting crushed. They need more money in their pocket. I think they need a tax cut. But they also want the jobs of the future. That's what we need in Ohio more than anything else. We want to build the products of the future: electric vehicles, cars, trucks, batteries, solar panels. We want to tap into our natural gas industry and hydrogen to lead that industry as well. Intel came, we're building chips. Like, we want hope and opportunity, and that's what we're building here in Ohio. JD just wants to go back to the past. He doesn't understand. He's poo-pooed the electric vehicle market when we have thousands of people working in that industry in Ohio, in old factories that we're closing down. And so that's the future that we really want to build, Steph, is that the great American middle class, which has been the source of American power, and we need to get it back.
Then tell me a little bit more about some other folks at that rally. That was not an empty rally. Donald Trump and J.D. Vance filled that room. Maybe not with as many people as Trump once did a few years ago, but there were some hardcore conspiracy theorists there who believe dangerous, dangerous things. Help me understand who that voting base is in your state and what you're doing about it. Are you trying to win their votes?
I don't think you can get certain voters who believe that the election was fraudulent and stolen. They believe in banning books. They believe in a national abortion ban. J.D. Vance, for example, is leading the way. They don't think there should be any exceptions for abortion, even if a young girl is raped. He thinks if you're in a violent marriage, you should have to stay in that marriage. I don't know how you win those kind of voters over, but I will tell you that that is a very small sliver of the electorate in Ohio. There are a lot of people who voted for Trump who are looking for someone who can help move the country forward. I'm campaigning for the exhausted majority, Democrats, Republicans, and independents, who want to move forward, who want to move out of the age of stupidity and into the age of possibility. an age of reform and reconciliation, an age of forgiveness, so that we can be a great power again. And we're asking, again, people to go to timforoh.com and chip in a few bucks, because we've got to stop these stupid fights. And there are a lot of Ohioans, and I'm telling you, Senator Rob Portman's former chief of staff has endorsed us. Senator Rob Portman, Republican, a legislative director, has endorsed us. We have many two-time Trump voters, especially veterans who are coming on board, joining the Vets for Ryan crew. So we've got a very broad coalition here, and that's Ohio. We're not extremists. Like Rob Portman helped put the infrastructure bill together. Current Republican senator in Ohio, J.D. Vance is against it. He helped put the gun control, gun safety measure together with all the mental health. J.D. Vance was against it. You know, these are things that are important to Ohioans, and JD is in the extreme of the extreme, and that's why he's not going to win this seat.
The way you lay it out right there, if one didn't know any better, they'd say, man, Tim, you guys have a huge lead. Nobody must be going to vote for this guy. But that's not the case. He actually has strong support in Ohio. Who are they and why? Given what you just laid out for us, it would seem logical that he'd have much smaller support than he currently does.
Yeah, well, we're leading in the average polling. We are leading. We've had polls that have had us up to 11 points, mostly between 3 and 4 points. And so, you know, I believe that we are have a slight lead in this race. But there are people who are just, you know, they're not paying a lot of attention. They vote straight Democrat or straight Republican. And this is a slightly more conservative state. So you are going to have those people. But again, this is the state of John Kasich. This is the state of Mike DeWine. This is the state of Rob Portman and George Voinovich, a long line of moderate Republicans. This isn't an extreme state. And JD is running an extreme state campaign, and he's turning off a lot of the business community. They want stability. They want elections that matter, that people aren't going to undermine our basic democratic elections here. Business people want stability, and J.D. Vance doesn't understand the future economy. He's given up on Ohio, Steph. He said that if you're a 55-year-old worker in Ohio, you might as well just come to grips with the fact that you're never going to have a good job again. Like, that's not the Ohio State fighting spirit that we have here. We want to build and lead the next industrial age like we built the last industrial age. And he's given up. So there are even business people who are like, I don't want an election denier. I don't want an extremist. I don't want someone with a tinfoil hat being in the United States Senate. I want someone like Tim Ryan.
All right, then, Tim Ryan, thank you for joining us on this Monday night. Good to see you.
Thanks, Steph.